In this video, I'm going to show how to emboss paper without using an embossing machine. I'm going to do it by hand, and I'll show you two ways of creating templates so you can make some cool stuff out of paper. The first method requires a CNC milling machine, and it's the best option if you need to get perfectly shaped letters or drawings where handmade lines are not an option. While the machine is engraving, I will start making a tool that looks like a pen without ink. It will allow me to press the paper into the negative space of the engravings. I cut a piece of dowel and a piece of brass rod and create a place in the wood for the metal to fit. The roughing pass on the X-carve is done, so let's change the milling bit and make a detailed pass. I like to use a piece of paper to tune the height until the bit just barely touches the workpiece. Let's keep going with our brass tip. I sharpened one end and rounded over the other so it will be reversible. I then sand it carefully to make it really smooth and make sure it doesn't scratch the paper. I also gave a more ergonomic shape to the dowel. I put a little bit of wax varnish to protect the wood, and here's a reversible tip that fits snugly in the hole. Now I'm ready to start playing with some paper. Top important thing. Don't forget that your content needs to be mirrored. Here's the template made for the intro of this video, and the lighting effect was made with the phone's LED light. I'm using thick paper, around 220 grams. First step is to smooth the surface with the back of the tool. This allows you to see where the textures are, so you know where to press with a metal tip. I first used the bigger tip and then switched to the sharper tip to press the tight corners and get all the small details to pop. Here I tested the regular black logo, and now I will be testing the negative one. You might need to tilt your head once in a while to follow what's underneath. Cool. Alright, but what if you don't have access to a CNC milling machine? You can still carve your stuff by hand on wood or MDF, but I have a solution that is way easier and quicker. This is a linoleum block, and this is a cutter tool that I purchased on a local art supply store and is used to carve soft materials like rubber sheets or, like this case, linoleum. I'm going to create some random postcard just to show what you can do and how easy it is to work with. Now, remember that you need to carve it mirrored. You can use a sheet of tracing paper and transpose your content, flip it over, and there you have it, ready to carve. So, depending on your image and if you have any text, you can't just draw in the linoleum and carve it because you will have it backwards in the end. It's very relaxing and satisfying to carve this material. After finishing your carving, I recommend you erase the whole surface to remove any graphite residue that might turn your paper dirty during the next step. Now it's just a matter of repeating the process of smoothing and forcing the paper into the carved areas. Fold it in half, and here is a random postcard. I decided to trace a few lines to create a tree directly on another linoleum block and relax for a bit. The paper used now is some fancy Fabriano art paper that I had laying around. This particular paper is 60% cotton, which makes it softer to press. Not sure if it's meant to be an embossing paper, but worked fine in the end. I like experimenting. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and feel inspired to make some cool stuff out of paper. I'm actually going to give away this drawing of the tree that you can't really see. So in order to enter this giveaway, you need to be a Patreon. If you're not a Patreon member of Get Hands Dirty Project, you need to go to patreon.com/gethandsdirty and make a pledge of any amount that you want. But I'll tell you all the details on the description of the video. I also got a few notebooks using this technique, and they come in two sizes, the smaller one and the slightly bigger one, and they are all white blank pages. So no stripes, no squares. They're just waiting for you to take the most out of them. This is an incentive for you to write down your thoughts and make a few sketches for your next projects and actually get your hands dirty. You can find the notebooks on my shop at gethandsdirty.com, and this is a nice way for you to support my channel and helping me out to keep making these videos, keep providing you interesting content and a distinct way of seeing the world and making stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.